and today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful peony rose. If you're watching this video, you've probably bought or are thinking about buying or been given one of these lovely peony rose kits, so without further ado I'm going to show you how to use it. So first of all, take everything out of your kit. You should have a couple of peony rose shapes at least, and some leaves, and either a hair clip like this, or a brooch back, or possibly even an Alice band. So take your first spirally shape and find yourself a needle and some thread and thread it with double thread like that, so you've got a loop going through and down and not at the end. Now you would obviously want to use some thread that matches the colour of your peony, but I'm deliberately using white so that it contrasts and you can see what I'm actually doing. So first thing you want to do is take that middle bit there, just fold it kind of in half, and then start to roll the petals like this to create your peony rose shape. Now if you want to, you can turn it upside down. I find that quite helpful because then you can sort of just check that the edges of your petals are just lining up nicely like that, so you can see you've got a lovely neat spiral on the back there. So having done that, just hold it together, and because it's felt, it'll sort of like fuzzy felt, it just sticks together and it's not going to move, so you don't need to pin it. And then just start stitching there where that loose end is and go all the way through the middle to the other side. So make sure you've got a decent length needle for this, makes it easier, like that. So we've gone from one side to the other all the way through, and we've caught in all of those layers. That's not going to come apart now. So we'll just do a few more stitches right the way across. So we've moved around just a bit less than a centimetre, right the way across to there, and pull. Turn it around, do the same thing again, so round by about a centimetre, through all those layers at the back, and pull, and there we go. Now if we turn that over, we can see that that is a beautiful flower taking shape, and we can't really see the thread even though it's a contrasting colour, but as I say, use the same colour as your felt and you'll get a better effect. So now let go of your needle. Take your other spiral. Now this time, it's a bit counterintuitive, you're going to start with the bigger end rather than the little end, okay? And just lay that next to the loose end there. And this time, you want to actually turn it this way up, to leave that thread hanging down, so that you can see how your flower shape is coming together. So just put that around and around like this, just moving it about so that you can see all of those petals from the front, so that you get something that looks a bit like that. Okay, so turn that over, pick up your needle and thread again, and then just start to stitch all of that down. And this is where having thread that matches your felt is going to be much better, because these stitches will definitely show otherwise, although only from the back, but still you may as well have it looking lovely front and back. So just stitching around all of those loose edges. You can use quite big stitches and that'll be fine, a bit like a running stitch if you were tacking something together. So all the way around like that, until you get back to the beginning of your spiral. So nearly done. And when you've finished your peony, do have a look around the rest of the website and find out about the people who've made it and the fun that they've had coming along to our weekly craft sessions for differently able people in Harrogate and Ripon and Leeds, and some of their stories, because it's really nice to know who has been making the beautiful elements in your kit. So when you come to the end, it should look something like that, and you can then just tie off your thread like that. Do that a couple of times so it doesn't come undone, and then just take that back through, and I'm just going to snip it for speed. Okay, so that is our peony rose. So then you've got a couple of options. You can either glue gun this onto the back of a hair clip or a brooch back or whatever it is that you've got, or you can stitch it. If you have a look at both of these things, you can see they've got holes, so either side there and there, and on this one here and here. So it's perfectly possible to stitch that with needle and thread to the back of your peony. With the leaves, again, if you want it a bit more 3D, if you pinch it like that, put a couple of stitches through the back of that, then that will keep its lovely 3D shape, and you can then just stitch those onto the back of your peony like that. Now, I'm going to use a glue gun for speed, but you could also use a glue gun too if you didn't want to stitch it. So let's just put a little bit of glue on there like that and pinch it together. Remember, if you're using a glue gun, this is very hot, so don't burn yourself. Let's do that with the other one. A little bit of glue in there, put it down, pinch it together like that, and there you go. So then I'm going to glue these on the back. I'm going to trim those little stalks off because we don't really need those, and then I'm just going to have a look at where I want it to be. Yep, about there. Turn it over, a little bit of glue gun in there, press that down, a little bit more glue gun on that one, and press that down as well. And that will dry in just a few moments. And then if I was going to put it on a hair clip, I'd put some glue across there and stick that down, or as I say, you could stitch it there, and the same with your brooch back. So you may have bought the garland kit, in which case you've got enough beautiful spirals to make 10 flowers, and having made each flower, you then take your bulb and just literally push it through the centre of the flower from the back to the front. I'm being a little bit too enthusiastic here before my glue has dried. So the lights in your kit are just a white colour. If you want a coloured centre to your flower, I've just coloured these in literally with a Sharpie permanent pen, and that's given me that purple colour. So you could have any colour that you wanted depending on the colour of your pen, or you could just leave them white. So to put those in, you just literally find the centre of your flower, push it through to the front, get it where you want it to be, and then with your glue gun, and really you do need a glue gun for this, although you could just put lots of very tight stitches around the back there, and that would also hold it in place. And there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I really hope you enjoy making your kit. As I say, do have a look around the rest of the website, find out about the people who've made all the elements in your kits. These are made using very simple hand-cranked die-cutting machines called Sizzix machines, and they're brilliant for people with disabilities because they only have to be able to use one hand to turn the handle on it, and it pushes through various different cutters, and we can create all these brilliant intricate shapes, which is just brilliant fun. So do have a look around the rest of the website and find out all about the people who've been doing that. Thanks very much.